all of your stuff is gone, correct?
Correct.
Can you take us through it? Where you were? Were you in the house? Were you not home? I mean, how did it go on your end? Because there's some details that are a little bit vague in a 1-minute news piece, and we need to clear those. And we need to clear those up.
Right. So it happened between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. I was actually inside of the house. When my girlfriend left for work at 10, everything was here. And when I went outside for the first time for the day, everything was gone at 1. So somebody's being quiet around here.
What part of town are you in, Joseph?
Oh, we're on the west side.
Yeah, there's like 5 people there.
So, wait, you come outside, and what started out as maybe just a handful of items that said free stuff, you detailed in the story that behind the makeshift wall, this stuff was tarped over that you didn't want touched, and they took everything.
Yep, even the tarp.
Oh my God.
That was the stuff in the front of the house or the back of the house?
Yeah.
We were discussing yesterday. I thought it was in the back. Everyone else thought it was in the front.
There was a little bit of both. There was a lot in back that was taken. There was some stuff on the side of the house that was tarped over.
I can't believe the boldness of someone in broad daylight to just go. But they probably thought, well, if someone comes out, I'll just say, oh, this isn't to be taken, and then they can just plead ignorance and then be done with it. They kept extremely risky maneuver. Have you heard any leads yet, Joseph, about your stuff being taken as to where it could be or who might have it?
Yesterday we heard that somebody was seen loading up a black sedan. That's all we have.
Can you go over the items taken? What stands out to you is that's really going to set you back?
Yeah, we're missing a glass top bedroom table. Just a bunch of lawn equipment and tools.
Okay, so all of that stuff is gone. Now that means you have to replace it, and you went to the police. How did that go when you called the cops, please?
They told us that no criminal charges could be found, and there's not really much they can do because of our free stuff sign, that somebody probably thought that everything in our yard was for the taking, which was definitely not the case.
Man.
Yeah, they said that we pretty much need to kiss our stuff goodbye.
Now, why was that stuff out? Just curious.
Yeah, all the other stuff.
Yeah, the lawnmower, the table.
The tables were used for a garage sale, and we kept the garage sale open pretty late, and just decided that we were gonna throw it out on the side of the house, cover it up, just kind of, I guess, trusting the people in the neighborhood not to take it.
Okay, and then all of a sudden, when you woke up or whatever, you went outside, it was all gone.
It was all gone. Yep.
Now, when I talked to you yesterday, you were talking about how it's really set you back, and that's an expensive thing to have to deal with, and you especially knew that lawnmower, all those things are all very, very important to you, because not everybody can just go and drop a few $1,000s and getting their stuff back, and you use that because aren't you self-employed?
I am. I have a little business, I guess, that I do. And yeah, that's my way of life, how I make money.
Yeah. Hey, I've got someone else who wants to join us on the phone. This is Joseph Alexander who's joining us, and he's the guy who got all his stuff stolen when he put out the sign that said free stuff, which was stuff that was actually free, and then they went and took all of his stuff in his driveway, including his tools, his lawnmower, and he's joining us right now on the phone. And Joseph, I have a guest who wants to join us. This is Andrew Kemen. Andrew is the owner of Kemen's Hardware Store. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Andrew, I was talking to you, and you said that there is something that you can do to maybe help this guy out. If you could, can you please explain to Joseph what you guys at Kemen's would like to do for him?
Yeah, of course. No, yesterday when you called me, and of course we had the blessing of being able to call you a customer on a regular basis here at the store. So when you called, we were talking about this. We kind of put our heads together and thought a little bit about, I had heard about the story and thought what we could do. And given the store and the many different things that we do offer here, we thought, why don't we go ahead and kick in a lawnmower? It's too bad that, Joseph, that happened to you. I appreciate you being able to take and trust the neighborhood that you could leave those things out there overnight. That's too bad that you can't, but I don't want you to lose faith in humanity, and we want to kind of take our part, and we'd like to be able to offer you a new lawn.
Damn. How about that, Joseph?
Yeah, that's incredible. I appreciate it very much.
Things are looking up. That's,
yeah, they are.
That'll be great, man. Andrew, we really appreciate you guys. That's kind of like been the MO over there at Gemmons. I've been going there since 2004, and it seems like all the same faces are there. You're a great family and a great place, and it's very, very kind of you to offer that up.
No, that's awesome. We have fun with doing what we do over here. We enjoy it, and get a chance to serve a lot of good customers. When we heard about this opportunity, we couldn't help but do a little something for you, Joseph, and we'd love to be able to, like I said, get you set up with a new lawnmower, give you one less thing to worry about, and you can keep moving on with things. Yeah, I appreciate it very much.
Tell you what, Joseph, this is what'll happen. I'll coordinate with you off the air, and I'll meet with you at Gemmons, and then that way you can pick it up when you're ready, and we can hang out for a little bit.
Hang out for a little.
Have a cup of coffee at Gemmons.
Yeah, Eric will show you how to mow the lawn.
Yes.
He's so masterful at it.
All right.